All right, logic number 4. This argument was over which presidential candidate we would choose, and I'm assuming what our argument for choosing him is. And I'll tell you right off the back, there's no way I would either vote for any of the presidential candidates that are feeding us right now. I mean, Hillary Clinton, no thank you. I mean, you could tell the party in right now, Bush, he's just preparing for her to come in, hiring back all the old Clinton advisors. That's pretty funny. You got Obama, who's ready to go in Iran because he thinks he needs to be a badass and show that he can, protect the nation from terrorists. And then you got, John McCain, the snake in the grass, the guy that wants to keep this war going for 100 more years. If whatever it takes to win, right? Yeah. My guy is Ron Paul, easily. He's, Mr. Cooper talks about him in class a little bit. But, the guy, he comes off as straight edge. He's got a message, and he knows not just what the people want, but what the people need. It's not about what they want. They want cars, and they want supermodel girlfriends, and he's not. He doesn't care. He's not about giving them money. He's not about doing anything. He's about putting a band-aid on this freaking country. He's about mending. He's a economist. He knows how to run the nation pretty much. I mean, none of these guys up here. John McCain, come on, seriously. The guy was a soldier. He's been in the, he's been a senator for however long. But I mean, that doesn't qualify you at all. You listen to him up on stage, and he's shilling out the same ideas that everybody shills out every year about the economy, about gays, about just the war, the terrorists, the protection. It's ridiculous, but. The second he gets in, what's going to happen? It's going to be Bush all over again for another 4 years. Is just have another name, which will be McCain, Same things, borders wide open. You're going to have the NAFTA superhighway coming in. The dollar's still going to plunge. The economy's going to go to crap. It's the same thing. None of them have a plan, They're all about, giving back this tax refund and, it's supposed to make us happy for another 2 months, until we realize, oh my God, we just flooded the market again with all this, fake money, and the dollar took another dump on us, Ron Paul, he's about civil liberties. He's about protecting the right of the normal person, about protecting the middle class instead of throwing it into the freaking trash like everybody else wants to. He's about stopping the war, not just the war in Iraq, but I mean the drug war. He realizes that his nation is not going to give up its marijuana, its cocaine. We're a pretty whacked out, jacked up nation. And, he's willing to scale back on it. Well, you know what? I mean, it makes perfect sense. When you finding crashed CIA planes in Mexico, that are supposed to be in Guantanamo Bay transporting, prisoners, and and the plane's registered there, but it's full of cocaine. You can start to wonder, who's actually fighting this war. And, the whole terrorist thing, I think everybody's just tired of that. We're up to 7 years of, having to watch, the guys, that we know, just people that they're just like us over in Iraq and dying. And I think it's gotten to the point where it's like, look, they are just dying for Halliburton. They are just dying for oil. They are just dying for, and not only that, it's making it worse than being over there. You kind of feel bad. And, you got these guys, you got John McCain talking about, oh, well, the surge is working, this and that, violence is down. Yeah, well, violence has gone down since Britain pulled out of South Iraq, Maybe that's why. Did you ever think of that? Maybe it wasn't because we threw more people at them. Maybe it was the South is a little more calm now because the Brits left, And then I'm sure they see it, but they got to spin it. They got to spin it and throw it at you so that, they don't look wrong, They can't look wrong, or, I think even if they look wrong, as long as Fox puts their face on the TV every night, everybody's still going to vote for him. But, Ron Paul is my choice. I guess my argument would be that a presidential candidate should possess certain traits. Those traits are having to have a good track record, a voting record in this, you know, while he's in government. Having been in government, you know, that's a huge plus. Obviously, you know, looking from the bottom up, you start to learn how, you know, being up top, you know, makes a little more sense, and you know, you start to plan yourself while, you know, what you would do when you were up there. And you know, I'm sure he's been doing that the whole 10 years he's been in, you know, the House. The guy's obviously smart. He went and got his doctor's degree. He's, you know, delivered babies for the Air Force. I mean, he's you know, he's an economist. He's a Jeffersonist. He, you know, believes in the Constitution. That's definitely a huge plus. You gotta have a guy who's willing to protect civil liberties. And you know, his big thing was getting rid of the Patriot Act. That's amazing. I don't think anybody on a normal personal level, on my, you know, my level, actually wants the Patriot Act. We all look at it as a joke, you know. I'm sure some FBI guys watching me on YouTube. Oh my God, hey buddy, what's going on, dude? Sucks you gotta watch my boring video. But yeah. And you know, those are traits that I definitely believe Ron Paul possesses. Therefore, you know, him possessing those and a president needing to have those, he's the only one that qualifies at all the candidates up there to be able to be president. And the rest of them are just shills, and you know, they're just freaking the same person just with a different name. You know, it's not Bush anymore, it's McCain, or it's Obama. Although Obama is, you know, he's a lot different. He's still willing to buy into the whole, you know, war complex and the military complex, and you know, corporate owned. I mean, he's gonna be the same thing. He's gonna be a Democrat. He's gonna get suckered into bills that, you know, to pass it, and you know, to help mortgage, he's got to sign over another $750 billion to the war, you know, just like our Democrats are doing in the House now. But I don't know. I guess the main thing for Ron Paul is, you know, the guy's willing to, and not only that, he's willing to shoot you straight. He's willing to say, you know what, there is a North American Union going on. We need to stop it. You know, the dollar is plunging, and we need to help it. We need to get rid of the freaking Federal Reserve because they're privately owned. They're not part of this government. You know, we use them to print money, and that's it, and it's screwing us over so bad. We need to get rid of them. You know, income tax, he'll tell you to your face that, you know, it's a joke. It wasn't ratified correctly. You don't have to pay it. Therefore, we should get rid of it. Tax corporations, not the people. You know, he knows the health care. He knows the problems with the border. He wants to get rid of all the amnesty crap that's, you know, in the works. He wants to take away birthrights. He can't, you know, run across the border, have a baby, and all of a sudden, you know, everybody's citizens. You know, you can't do that anymore. You know, you can't be admitted into hospitals. You don't have to, you know, you can take some of the pressure away from these doctors that are just dying because they're so overloaded with people, you know. And then not only that, when they mess up on somebody who's an illegal, all of a sudden they're getting sued for everything they own, you know, because an illegal is a little more special than a normal citizen, apparently. And you know, he's got everything covered. It's just, you know, you don't see it on Fox, you don't see it on MSNBC, and that's what all the little monkeys, all the people who are voting, you know, all the people who think they're politically active are watching, you know. And you know, in the long run, everybody kind of gets screwed. But yeah, that's pretty much my little spiel on why Ron Paul should be president. I guess it's mainly because everybody else sucks, and he's the only one with the with the, I don't know, the attributes, really, overall. It's just the attributes that he possesses that makes him viable as a presidential candidate, as president, not just candidate. All right.